joining us, everybody. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt here with you once again. Is this week going to be a step in the right direction? The veneer of a new season is gone as we hit the middle third of the schedule. It's away here in Week 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie starter, out of the University of Tennessee.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. But a couple of interceptions, he's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
On first down, they'll run. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. They go play action here. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins. Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Quite the opening drive they put together, partner. New set of downs all the way down to the 25. They go play action on first. Complete out to the right side. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 17. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
To the air, 3rd and long. Caught by his back. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Trying to push this past the marker. And he got there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. And it'll be their rookie QB who brings them out.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result. So expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground.
And they get to him again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
Couple sacks on the opening drive. You better get to fix-it mode in a hurry. And I'm talking about on the sidelines. I'm talking as a quarterback. You've got to solve this pass rush because we know one thing about guys in this league defensively. When they get a couple sacks, they can smell it, and they're going to raise the intensity to another level.
Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Bengals and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And you always got to watch him when you're down near the red zone. He is sitting 2nd right now among all NFL quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. Airing it out to start this drive. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 2nd and 3 now. From the 48. Passing downfield, working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. But find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. Well, it's a perfect play to break it big.
And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out come the Cowboys for their 2nd drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that 1st drive ended in a punt. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 2nd and 3 now. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. He finds space, middle of the field, and he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Give him 24 on that play, and it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
To throw here on 1st down. It is Cup, left side. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 27. Finds a seam down the middle. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That play good for 17 on a 1st down. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And now they're left with 4th and short. And we'll have a Cowboys field goal try coming up. Angling this one in from the right hash to challenge here. In his 11th year, still knocking them through. And we're all tied up now in the 1st half.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 1st down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. It's an option to the left side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that makes it 4th down. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out. And indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. They'll run here on 1st down. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They motion a receiver left. Now on 2nd and 10. Called in left side. Free inside the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Here's a give up the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a 2nd quarter lead. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys break that tie and now lead by 7. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Completed over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So keep that 2nd and short play in your back pockets. The penalty goes ahead and gives them the 1st.
Automatic 1st down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Running it after the penalty. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Complete over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Simple dive up the middle. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Hits his running back.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down at the 30. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Throwing now on 1st down. Chased out to his right. He's on the move.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 2. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. He's going to throw this one. Finds him over the middle. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
From the red zone now. He's got it over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. 2nd and 3 now. They are throwing it again. This throw is caught. And he'll get them enough for a first down. They'll try and punch it in. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. 2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. Setting up a throw. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals earn the chance to tie before halftime. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals tie things 10-10. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. Brings in the kick at the 9. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. And they've got a little over 30 seconds to work with. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 38. Hits him on the in route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll throw it. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. Another try following the sack. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
Well, the QB right there, he put it pretty close to the sidelines to begin with. And the defender, well, that was a nice job. Just simply put a hand out there, and let me just encourage the ball to fall incomplete.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. And we'll have a Cowboys field goal try coming up. Needs a good amount here, too. 51 yards away. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. A final throw before the break. He lobs it up, left sideline, looking for a jump play. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. So we've arrived at halftime with the Cowboys enjoying a lead on the road. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here comes the Cowboy offense for the opening possession of the 3rd. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the 3rd. Catch made over the middle. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Dropping back to throw. Finds the in route complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Has it downfield working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll throw it again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. And that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Dump off caught by his back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Throwing it again here. Completed to his running back. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Working inside the red zone. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Still sticking with the passing game. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. A good defensive play breaks that one up. And that makes it 3rd down. Looking to the air here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll double their lead to 6.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 now. Misfire there, couldn't connect. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings them to third down. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Cowboys are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Throwing it to start this drive. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's second down. Looking for a throw here. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in the...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Well, here's what I know, Kate. And sadly, from personal experience, after this one's over, QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer or he's not going to endure this season.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be Bengals football. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he scampers ahead and gets two on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Here we go, second and very long. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down, ball at the 36. Back now, pressure on its way. Brought in right side. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. Back-to-back carries here. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Forced out to his right. He takes it himself. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's brought down for a loss.
You can keep your job in the NFL as a D tackle if you eat up space. You really can. But you make that bag when you could defeat blocks, penetrate, and create runs for losses as a defensive tackle.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. They send the tight end in motion. They're running again. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Back to throw now. Complete out to the right. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Now they'll get some time to mold this decision. They'll have 4th and goal after the break. It's Bengals football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. 3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. And the defender comes away with it. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. The Cowboys about set to take over. And things are looking good to snap that 3-game losing streak that they came in on, Brock. They've got the lead here. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. From the 28. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw, but it's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They give it to him again. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long. Pass play now. Complete out to the right side. And he crosses his sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Cowboys headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They go play action on first. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it. A lot of grass ahead. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Play action on first down. Caught, nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys go up by 12 in the fourth. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
The Cowboys offense remains on the field. They're going to line up and go for two here. They'll try to run it in. And he won't be able to reach the end zone, so their first two-point try of the afternoon comes up empty.
They were keyed on him from the start. There was no doubt who they were going to lean on for two.
The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. Starting from the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's going to push one deep down the right. Clean breakup on that throw. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll send him over right. Airing it out to start this drive. Connecting on the slant. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys make it a 3-score game in the fourth. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys go up by 19. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. Has this at the 6. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. Their failure on 4th down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. Setting up the running back screen. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. They'll try and throw it here. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 2nd and 3 now. He completes it in traffic. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He'll throw it yet again. Gets it to him on the screen. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these...
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Offense up to the line fast. Desperation time here on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Cowboys ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Cowboys on their way to their 3rd win of the year. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Back to throw. Escapes a defender. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys continue piling on to this lead. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. Gibson now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Now this offense getting set to work here. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Here's what I know. I know this one, Kate, from personal experience. After this one's over, QB, well, he's going to spend some time in that cold tub because he's been in so much time on the ground, taking a beating today. This offensive line, this offense has got to find a way to protect the passer.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys are winners as we say so long from Cincinnati.